In light of recent mass shootings, I decided to revisit the Second Amendment and analyze what our founding fathers were actually saying when creating our mighty Second Amendment. The Second Amendment has long been a topic of debate in American society. Some American citizens believe it is our born right to bear arms, while others lobby against that notion. Court cases like District of Columbia versus Heller and McDonald versus City of Chicago are just a few examples of our intense debate on the stance of whether guns should be legal wherever, whenever. So what exactly did our founding fathers mean when they wrote this heavily debated amendment? First, let's examine the history of America's birth and understand the time period in which the Constitution was created. The date is September 17, 1787. The location is Philadelphia, fresh off the American Revolutionary War, in which 13 newly established colonies fought for and won their right to self-governance from the British. United States is not as we currently know it to be. 13 colonies are established in the midst of heavy American occupancy by foreign nations, those being Spain, France, and Britain. Our founding fathers worried that with strong enemies looming so close and such a newly created nation, we needed to establish an amendment to protect the security of our free states from these neighboring threats. From this threat came the Second Amendment, which states, "A well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed." So what exactly does this statement mean, and what is a militia? A militia, according to Black's Law Dictionary, is enrolled for discipline, but not engaged in actual service except in emergencies, as distinguished from regular troops or a standing army. In simpler terms, this means a body of citizens can form a temporary unit of infantry only in cases of emergency, and not to be identified as our actual military. This is important because the word militia gives us the time context to which the rest of the Second Amendment can have meaning. Now that we understand the time thanks to the definition of militia, let's reread this amendment. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So what the Second Amendment states is during times of emergency, which is the only time militias can be formed and the only time the word is to be used, citizens may form these well-regulated militias to protect the security of our free states. In simple terms, only when citizens are needed to defend the security of our free states will the right of the people to keep and bear arms be legal and not a violation of our laws. Nowhere does it state that we have the right to bear arms legally outside of this extreme scenario. Let's fast forward to today. Our nation is far greater than the size of our original 13 colonies. France, Spain, and Britain do not share our land nor threaten it. Our military defense budget spends billions annually to provide a strong military consisting of our own sons and daughters, neighbors, and friends. All of this means that we citizens are further than ever today from the need of actually forming a militia to protect against foreign invasion. It's safe to say our standing military is more than equipped to defend our nation from any inland threats. So if there is no emergency case, which means there is no need for a regulated militia, then why are so many American citizens legally or illegally given access to guns? It is time our government reviews what this Second Amendment truly says and make the necessary changes to outlaw guns in America. The violence must end.